Have you ever dreamt of having your own YouTube channel? I have. And here I am living this dream. I wanted to say sometimes it's a nightmare, but that's not true. It is tough sometimes. It's draining sometimes, but I'm loving it. I'm loving the journey. And I want to share that journey with you with the hope that some of my experiences, some of the things that I've done so far will be able to help you on your journey. Now, if you are in the position where you have already zoomed past that coveted 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, you don't need this video. You're ahead of me. I'm going to learn from you. But if you are just beginning, if you're just thinking of getting into YouTube, then some of the things I'm going to share with you may be possible gems. I'm Anthony Charles, and whether you are already running a business or just dreaming of leaving that 9 to 5, I'm here to help you to turn your skills and your ideas into real money by growing your impact, your influence, and your income. It's time to be more. It's time to do more. It's time to have more. And I'm here to guide you every step of the way. So I decided to track my journey. It's something that I wanted to do for a long time. I've been on YouTube since August 2024, and it's now January 2025, 5-6 months in, and I have about 20 videos. I've got just past 200 subscribers, so I've not broken any records, but I'm going to share with you my journey with the hope that you can learn some things from me as I've learned from others, and I can help you on your journey. So I'm doing the, if you look at my other videos, any of my other videos, you'll see that the format is slightly different. I just wanted to try something different today. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know how it's going to look. I've just set everything up and I'm going for it. So I've got a limited amount of time. I don't want this to be a long video. I've got lots of information, so I'm going to have to break it up into a number of episodes until I get up to date, and then I can do it on a weekly basis. So let's just go back to the very beginning. So as I said, I started the channel in August 2024, and I had about 2 months of practice. So I hear a lot of people talking about getting onto YouTube and just starting. And just before I go any further, if you've seen my other videos, I'm always looking directly at the camera because I've always got my notes behind the camera. I don't use auto cue, but I do have notes and bullet points that are normally on the screen behind me, and I scroll up, and I can't use the auto cue because it keeps going and I go off on tangents sometimes. I've got my screen here, so I'm going to be looking over here and then looking back to you. So a bit different today, as I said. Okay, I had 2 months of practice, and even though I hear people say that you need to just start, yeah, I haven't got a problem with that. I think you need a little bit of preparation, but start as soon as you possibly can. If you're really tech savvy and you understand YouTube and you know everything about all of this stuff that's around me, then you may want to take some time and do some practicing, because you can come up with some really good quality videos and thumbnails and titles, and you'll hit the ground running and you'll grow really fast. If you're like me and you know nothing about YouTube and all that's associated with YouTube apart from being a consumer up until this point, then I would say just get started and learn along the way. Don't try to learn everything. It's too much to learn before you start. So I had about a 2-month run up, and my good friend, he kept on saying to me, come on, get onto YouTube. I was scared. I actually made a video about this, talking about my fear of getting onto YouTube and what I had to do to get past that fear. I had some practice in, and I'll tell you what we did to practice. First and foremost, he said to me, the first thing the first nugget he gave me was that he said, you can get away with having a bit of poor lighting. You can't get away with poor quality sound. So that's the first thing we worked on. We worked on sound. I had about 4 different microphones, and we went through each one. I had dreams of my Yeti mic. I've got a lovely Yeti mic that I've had for years. I use it on my webinars, and I had dreams of me and the Yeti conquering YouTube together. Yeti on the table next to me, but every time I leaned on the table, the sound went up into the Yeti. It weren't working, and the other mics were no good. I ended up with this studio mic, and it's a mic I've had for about 20 years. I used it when I first started to make online courses, and it served me well throughout the year. So I guess it's me and this mic for for the foreseeable future, unless I find something better. This is doing well so far. So we did the practice with the microphones, and then I needed to get used to being in front of the camera. Now I've been on webinars, I've been on Zoom. I just was apprehensive about recording. So one day I just got my camera out, put it on my desk in front of me, and I recorded myself talking about a subject, something that I knew. I didn't send it to anybody. I didn't do anything else with it apart from watch it about 3 or 4 times. And that just got me into the mood of being in the front of the camera and filming a video that's going to go onto YouTube. Then we started practicing. We had to get the lighting right. I knew nothing about lighting. So we started off with daylight, and then I started adding lighting to it. So he gave me some recommendation. I've got a ring light in front of me, which I don't know what it's doing. I've got 2 other lights. I don't know what you call these lights. They're kind of square box lights. They look the part, but they are not the professional ones. If you look at my description box underneath, you'll see the links to these lights, which I've bought on Amazon. They do the job for now. Of course, in the future, I'm going to get better lighting, but this is really good for what I have now. Be careful when you're ordering lights. I ordered my first set from Temu. It was these square LED lights with loads of LEDs in it. Temu showed me a picture of the lights with a stand. They came with no stand. And I considered asking some of my friends if they would hold the lights while I filmed, and I thought, no, they're not going to go for that. So back those lights went to Temu, and I've got this lighting. One good tip that my good friend David said to me was that, look, you're going to have to film in the nighttime sometimes. It's nighttime now, so there's no natural light coming in. It's artificial light that's all around me. And he said, you've got to have the room in darkness and be able to light yourself. So that's what I did. I've got no advice to give you as far as lighting is concerned. I just know how to get it up to this standard. It can be so much better, and it will be so much better. And when I learn more, I'll share more with you. So we worked on the lighting, and then the next thing was recording the information. I'll talk about the camera in a minute. I'm recording the video through the camera, but I'm recording the audio through Camtasia. So I've got another PC on the side here, just off screen, and that's recording Camtasia. That is because I don't have a microphone that can connect to my camera. So the camera, imagine the camera is just picking up my voice from where it is. That would sound awful. So I'm getting a good signal from here, goes into Camtasia, and then what I do is I pull out the the video from the camera, put it into Camtasia, match them together, get rid of the audio from my camera, and match the video from the camera to the audio that's coming from here. And those of you who know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I think I made it sound much more complicated than it really is. So that's what we're doing for recording. I'm using Camtasia, a very old version of Camtasia, and it's doing me well. There's loads of other recording softwares out there. I know, like DaVinci and other things like that. Maybe I'll get around to them at some point, but this is what I'm doing for now. Okay, the next thing is the camera. I have a Lumix DMC, what is it called? G6K. I say it like I know what I'm talking about. I tell you why I bought this camera. Years ago, I was watching YouTube, and a YouTuber turned their camera around, and I saw the main camera filming them, and it said Lumix on the front, and I took a screenshot, and I thought, oh, Lumix, and I started researching Lumix, and I arrived at this one over a number of years, just watching all the different Lumix in the range, and I saw this one, waited for it to get old. When it went onto eBay, I got it just over 100 quid, and I had it for about a year or so before I've actually used it. It's pretty good. It's complicated for me. So today was the first day I got it out of MTS output. When I first got it, it was outputting in MP4s. That was fine. And then all of a sudden I went onto YouTube, tried to learn how to set it to output MTS, and they are massive files, choking the life out of Camtasia. So I gave myself an additional step. I had to export the video, put it into Handbrake, convert it into MP4s, and then put it into Camtasia. Today, just before I started filming it, I finally worked out, I think, how to output into MP4s. Could tell I would never be arrested on a smart charge. I'm just learning. I think the message that you're going to get throughout all of my videos is, look, you don't have to know everything. You just have to get started and learn along the way. If you like this kind of video where I share what I've learned through my life experiences, how it determines the decisions I make on a day-to-day basis, and how it can help you, then you know what you've got to do. Subscribe. At this point in time, the camera is stuck in autofocus. I don't know how to get it out of autofocus. So if I move around forward and backwards too much, then it will do that autofocus thing. So I've got to pretty much stay still. I will learn how to use that Lumix camera. And one thing I don't like about it is that it can only record up to 30 minutes. Not that I'm planning to have 30-minute videos now, but I could make a video, and if I've got two to go, I could just keep on going. But no. If I record and then I leave a gap or make any mistakes and I record again, it can get to the end of recording time, and when I'm in the flow, you hear beep beep beep, and then it's bang your head on the table time. So I've got the camera. There's so much more I need to know, but as I said, don't wait until you know everything. Now I'm going to just begin my YouTube journey of making videos, and I've got 20 videos. I'm not going to fit them all into this video here, so I will break it up into bite-sized pieces. I don't want these videos to be longer than 20 minutes. 15 would be ideal, but no more than 20 minutes. So let's keep on soldiering on. Right, let's start week number 1. The first video that I ever did on YouTube was called Why Every Ambitious Entrepreneur Needs a Business Plan, and that was me just thinking about what I wanted to do. I wanted to talk about business. I wanted to talk about turning your ideas and your skills into real money. So I talked about a business plan. That first video got up to date. It's got me 102 views. Now, when I started, my aim was to get 10 views from the video. I thought if I got 20, it would be fantastic. 30 would be out of this world. Got about 50 views in that first week because I decided I was going to release my videos every single Wednesday. And man, I was blown away. Got 3 subs from it as well, which is amazing. When I started off with YouTube, I considered sending the videos out to everybody, and then I thought, no, let's just see how it grows organically by itself. So that's what I've been doing, and I'm just so privileged that to date, just over 200 people have decided to come on this journey with me. Thank you for subscribing. And stay subscribed and bring your friends as well. So I worked really hard on that first video to think of the title. I went into YouTube, I searched titles. I think I started using vidIQ from the very beginning, but I use vidIQ a lot, and I even use ChatGPT. Whatever I can use to help me with the title and the concepts, that's what I do. So this first video worked on the title, but I didn't know how to do the video description on YouTube or the channel description either. I messed up that channel description. It had some words on there and I couldn't get them off. Couldn't even find my way back to that section. So I loaded up my first ever video without any business description, no tags, no description for the channel. I just loaded it up because I wanted to get started. The only thing I learned in that first video was how to make those titles that come on the screen, which I use in many of my videos. And that's all I knew for the first week. As I said, it still got me around 50 views. I'm really, really grateful for that. And it got me 3 subscribers. The second video, I decided to stay in the business make money lane. So business plans went down well, so I did a video on how to what was it called, how effective is a 1-page business plan. That got me 64 views and 2 subscribers. And what I decided to do with my YouTube journey, because I knew very little and I knew that I'd have to learn along the way, I decided every week to learn something new. So as I said, last week I learned how to do the titles on the screen. This week I learned how to add the description for the video and the description for the channel itself. When it comes down to the description for the video, I'm going to tell you a channel. It's called Think Media. If I can get and find the link to that particular video, then I'll put it in my description underneath. But just type in, I don't know if you're going to find it, but Think Media and put in business description, video description, because their template is a template for a video description. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. I based my template on their template, and I was forever grateful for that. I'm going to see if I can find that for you. Have a look in the description. If I find it, I will put it in there. And lastly, I started concentrating on my thumbnails. The first thumbnail looked like I was a prisoner of war in some country. I decided to really start concentrating on my thumbnails, and that's what I learned in my second video. I'm going to wrap it up there because I think I've given you enough. I'm going to get onto week number 3 in my next series, and I'm going to go on like this until I get right up to date, and then I'll be giving you weekly updates, and I'll be giving you analytics as well. So I hope you found this useful. Do join me on my second episode in this series, and all I can say to you at this point is keep on being amazing, because you are. Feeling good? Want more results like this? Let's keep that momentum going with this video here. Also, click on my head here to subscribe.